So it can feel really daunting when we think about all the things that we should feel like we have to do to make a big difference with our lives, to be living more ethically. Or even we might feel like there's so much stuff we should do, like there's some sort of obligation on us to make a difference. And so even though we're passionate to make a change, there's so many options presented in front of us that it can feel daunting, difficult, and maybe off-putting to try and do something positive.
Yeah, and we've talked about in these Child Living videos so many different things that we can do to live more ethically. So we've talked about avoiding fast fashion, we've talked about veganism, how we can reduce our plastic use, we've talked about growing food at home. So we got married recently, we got married in July 2017, and we decided when we got married that we wanted to live in a compassionate way and tread lightly on the earth. And so we were doing a bit of research about it, and there are so many different options available to us, there are so many different things that you can do. And we decided that just taking small steps can make a positive difference, because we can't change the world by ourselves and we can't do it overnight either, and that's okay, because just taking a small step and doing something that's convenient and easy to do to start with, number one, you don't feel discouraged because it's not that difficult to do, and two, it actually does make a really positive impact on the world.
So yeah, as we said, it can feel discouraging if you thought you had to do everything, but we decided that for us it would be easiest to start small, and even that small difference that you make in your life can actually have really much wider repercussions. And so one thing that I found was that to start with something convenient isn't actually a bad thing at all. Start with something convenient that you can manage, that you can actually do. And so for me that was a really important step. From there you can work out what you're most passionate about and what you can start to invest more of your time and your thought into changing in your life. But to start small and to start convenient, I reckon is a really key point for most of us.
Mm-hmm. So there are a few things that we decided to do. We decided to both go vegan, so in our house we just thought it would be convenient, since we're moving in together and we control the shopping and the food that we buy. We just don't buy any animal products, and so that's made it easier for us, because if we're cooking and we don't have animal products in the house anyway, then it's easier to eat vegan. And we're trying to reduce the amount of plastic that we use as well. We're not perfect. Sometimes if we're out, we'll buy a sandwich from a shop and it'll have plastic on it, or a bottle of water if we're thirsty and we've forgotten to bring our travel bottle. But I think that's okay, because we are trying to make a difference. We're trying to reduce the amount that we use. We don't have to go 100% hardcore on everything, but making positive changes, as we said, is definitely a good thing.
Yeah, and another idea that could be really useful that I found is child sponsorship. So there are some amazing charities out there that will allow you to sponsor a child and maybe even form a kind of pen pal relationship with that child and invest into that individual's life. And so there's lots of different things where perhaps you've got the time you could invest, or the energy you could invest, or financially you're able to invest even a little bit. Whatever it is, there's going to be something you can do, and for me that was a first step in child sponsorship, so I'd definitely pass that on to anyone. And we've continued to sponsor children into our married life as well. So to sum up, you don't have to be perfect. No one's perfect. You don't have to do whatever you decide to do 100% of the time even. It's all about making that first step. Maybe starting much more conveniently than going all the way and doing everything you possibly could do. Starting small and seeing where you end up.
And with Lent just around the corner, it's kind of a good time to start thinking about this. Maybe you could trial some things, because Lent has an end point, so you'll only have to do it for 40 days if you really find it inconvenient and you don't want to do it. So yeah, maybe have a think about some of the things that you could do in your life just to take that first step towards living a more ethical lifestyle. So let us know in the comment section if you're doing anything, if you're going to do something for Lent, or if you've thought of some small steps that you could take. We'd love to hear about them.